The helicopter blades slice through the humid air as the research team descends into the heart of Central Africa. Below them, dense emerald canopies stretch endlessly. The pilot's voice crackles through the headset, approaching the sanctuary now. Inside the cabin, Dr. Stuart Gray leans forward, peering down at the clearing below. Years of preparation have led to this moment, an unprecedented field experiment on wild-born gorilla intelligence. Beside him, field assistant Lena adjusts her notes. "The puzzle box is prepped," she says, excitement flashing in her eyes. "Let's see what they can do." The helicopter lands gently near the small research outpost tucked beside the sprawling sanctuary grounds. Waiting to greet them is Joseph, the local field guide and longtime sanctuary liaison. "Welcome back, Doctor," Joseph says, shaking Stuart's hand. "The troop has stayed close to the southern basin. Perfect timing." "Excellent," Stuart replies, his eyes scanning the jungle's edge. "Let's get set up." The team wastes no time. Within hours, they position the transparent puzzle box just outside a common gathering area used by the gorillas, a clear acrylic cube filled with high-value nuts, locked behind a series of sliding panels and rotating levers. "This is unlike anything they've encountered," Lena whispers. "No verbal cues, no demonstrations, just pure problem-solving." Joseph nods, smiling slightly. "They're clever. You'll see." The researchers retreat to the observation blinds, cameras rolling, hearts pounding with anticipation. Minutes pass, then soft rustling signals their approach. Through the dense foliage, the troop emerges. At the front walks Kano, the dominant silverback. Massive, powerful, and watchful, his presence commands immediate respect from the others. Females with infants, juveniles, and subordinate males gather at a distance as Kano surveys the foreign object. The jungle falls silent. Kano circles the puzzle box, sniffing, eyes narrowing as he examines the shiny surfaces. His large fingers trace the edges of the box cautiously. Then, with surprising delicacy, he begins touching the levers. Inside the blind, Stuart leans forward. "He's engaging," he whispers, barely breathing. Kano pushes one panel aside, then another. The mechanism clicks softly. His movements are deliberate, methodical. Minutes feel like hours as the silverback works his way through each barrier. Finally, a final lever slides into place. The lid springs open. The rich scent of the nuts fills the air as Kano reaches in, retrieving his prize. Calmly he chews, eyes briefly scanning the clearing as the rest of the troop remains at a respectful distance. Lena exhales slowly. First attempt, no instruction. He solved it. Stuart's voice is low, reverent. "Brilliant, absolutely brilliant." The cameras continue rolling, capturing every detail. As evening settles over the sanctuary, the researchers return to camp to analyze the footage. The opening trial is a success, far beyond what any of them dared hope for. But deep inside the jungle, as moonlight filters through the canopy, unseen eyes continue to watch and learn. The true complexity of this experiment is only beginning to unfold. The sun rises over the sanctuary, casting golden shafts of light through the towering trees. In the clearing, the puzzle box sits ready once again, freshly reset, fully stocked. Hidden cameras record every angle while the researchers monitor from the blinds. As expected, Kano arrives first. The massive silverback approaches with the same calm confidence as before. Without hesitation, he works through the puzzle's mechanisms. The panels slide, the levers click, precise, deliberate. In under 2 minutes, the box springs open again. Inside the blind, Stuart nods approvingly. Flawless, he's mastered it. Lena continues taking notes, her tone thoughtful. The others are watching, but none of them approach while he's nearby. Joseph, standing behind them, leans forward. They won't risk it. Kano controls access to food. The troop respects that hierarchy. For the next several days, the pattern remains the same. The puzzle is reset. Kano solves it. The troop observes silently, keeping their distance. Subordinate males, especially Milo and Bako, watch closely, their dark eyes following every movement of Kano's powerful hands. Yet none dare attempt the puzzle themselves. Until everything changes. On the fifth night, after the researchers have returned to camp, motion sensors on the hidden cameras trigger an alert. Soft red lights blink on monitors inside the equipment tent. Stuart rushes over, his heart quickening. Something's moving near the box. Lena flips on the live feed. It's not Kano. The screen displays a grainy nighttime image. Two subordinate males creeping cautiously toward the puzzle box. Milo and Bako. They've waited for him to leave, Joseph observes quietly. The two younger gorillas move with surprising coordination. Milo reaches the box first, his fingers mimicking the same motions Kano demonstrated repeatedly. With practiced ease, he slides the panels and rotates the levers, an exact replication of Kano's technique. In under a minute, the lid pops open. Bako joins him as they both quietly share the prize, glancing nervously toward the dark jungle as though anticipating Kano's return. Inside the tent, the team watches in stunned silence. They've been learning this entire time, Lena whispers, not just watching, memorizing. But why wait until Kano's gone? Stuart asks aloud, awe mixing with intrigue. They clearly understand how to solve it. Joseph folds his arms, his expression unreadable, because they know the risk. Kano won't tolerate them taking what he believes is his. The camera feed continues recording as Milo and Bako finish their secret feast before slipping back into the shadows undetected. Stuart sits back, his mind racing. This isn't simple imitation. This is strategic behavior, deliberate avoidance of conflict. Lena breathes, wide-eyed. Social intelligence? Joseph simply nods. The jungle has many rules, and they know everyone. As dawn breaks, the team prepares for the next stage of observation. The mystery has deepened. The gorillas aren't just problem solvers, they're tacticians, and the true depth of their intelligence is only beginning to reveal itself. The early morning light filters through the canopy as the team huddles inside the research tent, reviewing hours of recorded footage. On the monitor, Milo and Bako's secret midnight session replays again. Stuart pauses the frame as Milo flawlessly rotates the final lever. "Perfect replication," Stuart says, voice filled with awe, and not a single mistake. Lena leans in, rewinding the footage to compare Kano's earlier sessions. Their precision is almost identical to his, every motion, every order of steps, completely memorized. Joseph watches silently before speaking, but only when Kano is gone. They sift through the next several days of recordings. The same pattern repeats. During daylight, Kano works the puzzle with ease, while the subordinates linger quietly at a distance, never daring to approach. Yet at night, or when Kano wanders away, Milo and Bako return, executing the solution perfectly, quickly, and always with heightened caution. "This isn't just learned behavior," Lena says slowly. "This is calculated avoidance." Joseph nods grimly. They know the danger. The team falls silent for a moment as the full weight of the discovery sinks in. This isn't a simple hierarchy issue. It's deception, strategy, a complex form of social intelligence rarely observed in wild primates. Later that afternoon, Stuart stands near the observation blind, watching Kano dominate the puzzle once again. "Kano sees himself as the gatekeeper," Stuart mutters. "Access belongs to him, and him alone." Joseph stands beside him, eyes focused on the troop. If the others challenged that, he would defend his status, violently. As if on cue, Kano finishes the puzzle, turning toward the group with an assertive huff. The troop remains still, submissive. The subordinates lower their gazes and retreat slightly, showing no interest in the box. But behind those lowered eyes, something else lingers. Calculation. The team debates late into the night inside the tent. This may be one of the clearest cases of tactical deception we've ever recorded in Wild Gorillas, Lena says, flipping through her notes. They aren't just avoiding conflict, they're timing their actions to avoid consequences. Joseph adds softly, they understand dominance. They understand risk. Stuart exhales deeply, and they've built an entire behavioral strategy around it. Driven by this new understanding, the team sets up 24-hour surveillance, increasing camera coverage and night vision monitoring to capture more evidence. If Milo and Bako are capable of deception at this level, what else might the troop be hiding beneath its carefully maintained social structure? Stuart writes in his field journal under the dim lamplight, "We came to study problem solving. Instead, we've stumbled into the politics of the jungle." The sanctuary feels different now. The troop moves like a quiet orchestra. Each member aware of their place, the unspoken rules, the balance of power. And somewhere deep inside that structure, tension quietly builds. The deception has worked so far. But the cost of a mistake may soon be higher than any of them are prepared for. Thunder rumbles in the distance as storm clouds gather over the sanctuary. The research team remains in position, cameras rolling, eyes fixed on the puzzle box resting in the clearing. The air feels heavier than usual, charged, electric, as though the jungle itself senses what's about to unfold. Inside the observation blind, Lena wipes moisture from the lens. "Storm's moving fast," she says. "Visibility may drop." Joseph watches the troop through binoculars. "We should stay alert. The mood is shifting." Kano rests nearby, his broad frame partially concealed beneath thick foliage. His chest rises and falls steadily as he dozes. The rain begins as a light mist, dampening the leaves in a soft drizzle. Then it happens. Bako steps forward. Cautious at first, the subordinate glances toward Kano. The silverback remains still, eyes closed. Emboldened, Bako inches closer to the puzzle box. Milo lingers further back, tense but watchful. Inside the blind, Stuart's voice is low but urgent. "No, not while Kano's so close." Lena's eyes widen. He's risking everything. Bako reaches the box. His fingers move swiftly, confidently, rehearsed precision, mimicking countless secret nights of practice. The first panel slides, the second lever rotates. The soft clicks echo louder than usual under the growing storm. Then, a sharp, low growl breaks the air. Kano's eyes snap open. The silverback rises instantly, his massive form towering. His gaze locks onto Bako with laser focus. The air thickens with raw, explosive tension. "Bako, run!" Joseph whispers under his breath. But it's too late. Kano charges. The ground shakes as his powerful legs propel him forward in a blur of fury. Branches snap beneath his weight. His deep roars slice through the downpour like thunder. Bako abandons the box and bolts crashing into the undergrowth. Milo scatters in the opposite direction. The rest of the troop erupts into chaotic movement, mothers clutching infants, juveniles darting to safety. Inside the blind, Lena flinches. We have to intervene before he kills him. Joseph grabs the emergency deterrent system, loudspeaker horns designed to mimic predator calls, while Stuart signals the team. The horn blares, its sharp, unnatural shriek piercing the jungle. Kano halts mid-charge, momentarily startled. His breath comes in heavy bursts, eyes burning with dominance and rage. Joseph triggers another blast, and Kano finally backs down, pounding his chest once in defiance before retreating toward the center of the clearing. Bako cowers in the distance, breathing heavily, spared, but only barely. The storm breaks fully now, rain cascading in sheets as the troop slowly regroups. The dominance hierarchy remains intact, but a fragile line has been crossed. Inside the tent later that night, the team reviews the footage in near silence. Stuart's voice is low. We witnessed more than intelligence today. We witnessed politics and consequences. Joseph nods gravely. They walk a razor's edge every day. Outside, the jungle rumbles softly under the weight of the passing storm as Kano sits beneath the trees, silent, powerful, and still very much in control. Weeks later, the footage plays on massive screens in conference halls around the world. Inside a packed auditorium in Geneva, Dr. Stuart Gray stands before a captivated audience. Behind him, looping video footage shows the guerrilla troops' remarkable behavior, Kano's flawless problem-solving, Milo and Bako's secret attempts, and finally, the violent confrontation that nearly shattered the troop. Stuart's voice carries the weight of discovery. What we witnessed was not just tool use or learning by imitation, he says. We observed something far more profound: tactical deception, risk assessment, and social manipulation within a complex dominant structure. The crowd sits in stunned silence, absorbing the implications. On screen, Bako's nervous glances before his secret attempts play on loop. Lena sits nearby at the panel table, her hands folded, her face calm but proud. Months of grueling fieldwork have led them to this moment. Stuart continues, "These were not random behaviors. The subordinate males studied Kano's actions meticulously, but they made deliberate choices to conceal their intelligence, waiting until the dominant silverback was absent. This is cognitive cheating, strategic submission to avoid direct conflict." Gasps ripple through the room. Several leading primatologists exchange wide-eyed glances. The implications for animal intelligence research are enormous. Media outlets explode with headlines over the coming days. Guerrilla politics, deceptive behavior revealed in wild study. Groundbreaking discovery. Primates display complex tactical thinking. Cognitive cheating in guerrilla shocks scientific world. Global news stations run continuous footage of the troop, their behavior captivating viewers who never imagined guerrillas capable of such sophisticated social strategy. Public fascination grows far beyond the academic world. The footage goes viral. Social media floods with commentary and awe. Documentaries are fast-tracked. Donations pour into the sanctuary for expanded observation programs and greater protection of wild gorilla habitats. In the months that follow, universities add the study to their primatology curriculums. Cognitive researchers reference it in debates on the boundaries between human and animal intelligence. Back at the sanctuary, life for the troop slowly returns to equilibrium. Kano remains dominant, but his reign is now documented as part of history's most intricate look at wild primate politics. Standing at the jungle's edge one morning, Stuart watches the troop move through the clearing. Bako and Milo sit at a distance, calmly foraging. Submissive as always when Kano is near, but forever changed in the eyes of those who understand what unfolded. Joseph stands beside Stuart, arms crossed, gaze steady. "They've always been smart," he says softly. "We're only just learning to see it." Stuart nods. "They are far more like us than we ever wanted to believe." The forest hums around them, vast, ancient, and filled with secrets still waiting to be discovered. And this, Stuart knows, is only the beginning. In the heart of the jungle, beneath towering canopies and ancient trees, a quiet truth revealed itself. Intelligence isn't always about strength or dominance. Sometimes it's hidden in caution, timing, and unspoken strategy. The gorillas showed us not only how they learn, but how they calculate risk, adapt to power, and navigate complex social worlds. Their story reminds us that nature's wisdom runs far deeper than we often imagine, if we are willing to observe, listen, and respect the lessons it offers. If this story amazed you, Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more incredible true animal stories, and share it with others. Every view, every share helps spread awareness about the remarkable intelligence and complexity of wildlife and the importance of protecting these extraordinary creatures and their fragile habitats.